Welcome back, dear viewers. And in this segment of our program, we will talk about the economic decisions that were taken by President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi during the Egyptian family iftar. Try to shed more light on the importance of these decisions. And we are joined over the phone by Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Good morning.
Good morning to you.
So, sir, first let's talk generally about the importance of these decisions.
The meeting was very important.
Yes.
The president covered many subjects where most of us are keen to see what the government is going to do. Part of them, of course, it touched our economic concern.
Yes.
And of course, we have a big problem in the whole world because of the Russian Ukrainian war. It affects many countries, but thank God it doesn't affect us that much.
Yes.
Why? Because of a simple reason. We started our economic reform, which was a courageous decision since 2016. And now we are standing in a much better situation than others. A good part of the question here, it touches the business community, and we want to give the business community the right direction that Egypt will continue the cooperation between the government and the state-led organizations and the private sector, because up till now this point needs to be clear. Of course, our generation have witnessed when the government took part of the nationalizations of many projects, and now we don't know exactly the attitude of Egypt as a government and as a country and as a people. So what the president explained, it was really satisfactory to the business community. We hope that all the organizations and institutions in Egypt would take these signs of the president and work much harder in order to satisfy an investor to come to Egypt, because the enemy of a good investor is not something strange. It is just the bureaucracy, a good banking system, transport, and some people are asking why we are establishing many roads and bridges. For a simple reason, because if you produce something in Sinai or in Western Egypt or in Upper Egypt, you need to send it to our ports in Alexandria and Suez and Port Said. So roads are very important, services are very important. So really I was happy to listen to our president, seeing that he is covering all these points, and he was, as usual, so frank to explain it. Now it is our duty to more discussion among the business community, and this is one task of our Arab Investors Union, because we explain to the business community what's going on, and we talk to the Arab governments in general about what the business community need more in order to encourage them for more and more investment. This means more jobs for our young generation, and many things to be seen, inshallah.
So, sir, also what is the importance of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's announcement of launching an initiative to strengthen local industries and reduce imports? To what extent this decision will impact the Egyptian economy?
This is a very good point, and I want to explain it.
Yes.
Because some mass media is exaggerating about that we are importing many commodities which are luxury or we don't need. This is not true. If you read the figures of our imports, you'll find that 70% of what we are importing is machinery, things very important for the industry, and food security matters. And sometimes somebody would tell you that we are importing shrimps or importing, I don't know, apples or this.
Yes.
Mind you that we have an average of 10 million tourists. They are here. They want to have caviar on their table.
Yeah.
We are not inviting tourists to come here to eat full medames and طعمية.
Yes.
So you will find a fraction of figures for imports, which will some mass media will use it against this idea. So on the other hand, the president is inviting us to deepen the industries. We have among this and at the very front position, the car industry. Really, we are a little bit delayed in the car industry. We used to have a car industry based on collecting material coming from Italy or coming from Europe in general. Now it is time to make Egyptian motor and Egyptian chassis of the car, and to come to the new type of car industry, which is the car using electricity or the car using gas fuel and so on. And this applies to many other industries. We need to make it. Food industry is a very successful case in Egypt. And of course, we wouldn't forget our main industry, which is the textile and yarn industry, because we have the best cotton of the world.
Yes. So, sir, also, how important is setting a new plan to reduce the public debt, along with preparing an integrated vision for the improvement of the Egyptian stock exchange?
Very important point, because I see that many people who are on the mass media are worried about the real burdens of the debt problem in Egypt. And I am assuring whoever would ask me that Egypt is not in the category of the most heavily indebted countries. Our debt percentage to our GDP is still reasonable. But it's very good that the president is telling the government to be more transparent here. And what the government is assuring us, that if you see that the debt is increasing, but also the GDP is increasing. So the matter is that the percentage of the debt towards the GDP, it is coming down and down. But the president makes the point there, that day, that we have to explain it quite well and to make it quite clear and quite transparent to everybody.
Yes. So, sir, also, how do you evaluate the government efforts to secure more foreign exchange reserves in the coming period and to cover this shortage?
As a matter of fact, I want to assure that we don't have a shortage of foreign currency. We have a reserve of $41 billion.
Yes.
We lost something like $3 or more than $3 billion to cover the needs of this crisis.
Yes.
Same time, the president was acting quite fast with his brothers in the Gulf and everywhere, and with the IMF, in order to secure flow of money coming to Egypt in this time.
Yes.
So it's normal, and I think that in this concern, the exchange subject, we are doing quite well.
Yes, I'd like to thank you, Ambassador Gamal Bayoumi, former Assistant Foreign Minister. Thank you, sir, for your precious information. And dear viewers, by that we come to the end of today's edition of The Breakfast Show. I'm Sheen Aider, and I was joined today by my colleague Dina Hussein. Thank you for watching.